Kingdom Gold Conference, presented by UF Kofi Financial Group in collaboration with the Global Youth Empowerment Center. Get ready for an empowering experience like no other, coming to New York City. Join us for insightful discussions on kingdom generational wealth creation, personal and career development, and ministerial advancement. Mark your calendars for Saturday, August 24th from 11 a.m. to 3 p.m. as we gather at the prestigious Eastwood Manor, located at 3371 Eastchester Road, Bronx, New York 10469. Registration fees are $120 for early birds ending June 20th. The regular registration fees are $170. Late registration fees are $190. There will be a session of networking during a buffet lunch after the workshop. Don't miss out on this opportunity to enrich your mind, network with like-minded individuals, and take your journey to the next level. Reserve your spots today by emailing admin@globalyec.org. Unlock your potential. Acquire Kingdom Wealth Creation strategies for your next level growth. See you there.
Where we laugh and laugh and laugh, joy overflow. There is no sorrow and there is no weeping. Hey, we just and yes, joy. Hey, I got joy. No more sorrow. That's right. No more weeping. Every day, joy. Like a river, peace like a fountain. My life is greater joy overflow. And the heritage of God, when peace has come over me, yeah. My life is greater joy. I got joy.
Hello, family. Welcome to a Walk with God show. My name is Miranda, and I'll be your host for this afternoon. Thank you so much for joining this month of August. Welcome to the new month. We're going to be talking about education and career pathways. As you know, the semester is about to get started, especially for our college students, the freshmen, those who are almost graduating, so you can set your path straight. So I'm not here alone today. I'm here with Dr. Nana Harrison and Mr. MBREKU. So thank you so much for joining us. Hi, Dr. Harrison.
Hi, Miranda.
It's good to see you. Thank you for joining us today.
Good to see you too.
Hello, Mr. MBREKU. Please I hope I pronounced your name correctly.
Yes, it's
Okay.
correct.
Thank you so much for joining us this afternoon. Do you mind giving us a little background of who you are and how you met at the end?
Okay. Good afternoon, Dr. Harrison and Miranda and our listeners. My name is Emmanuel Meku. A Ghanaian, a registered nurse, a critical care nurse, a nursing professional development specialist, and then a business owner. So I've been in the youth business for a long time, all the way from Ghana to the UK, from other parts of the world. And then I was looking around. So I met Brother Kofi some time ago, and we talked about the program. And I'm also a member of Ebenezer Assemblies of God Church, where Jefta is a member. So I've been teaching them also over there in the youth programs over there. So today is
Okay.
the time that I have to come and visit you guys here.
We thank God. Thank you so much for coming. So without wasting much time, 'cause I know our time is very short here. We're gonna talk about career. So when you hear the word career, what comes into your mind? How would you describe a career? Dr. Harrison, I'll let you start.
All right. Hello to all the viewers, and if you are on, please share, tag someone, especially the youth, so they would be participants. They can come and ask their questions and also benefit from all of the conversations that we are going to have. So, a career is a path, more of a professional path that an individual dedicates some substantial amount of their life to pursuing, and it's characterized by learning, development, growth. So if there is no growth trajectory, then I don't know, it doesn't really fit well. So you have to be able to, let's say, have a profession or occupation, as some other people would say it, that you learn for, you develop yourself and you grow in it for a substantial amount of your life. You are going to be pursuing this particular profession or occupation and growing in that particular field or industry. So that is my simple explanation of what a career is. I will leave uh, Honorable to also add his voice.
Yeah,
All right, thank
thank you, Dr. Harrison. I think you said most of the things, but what I would like to add is that career is not, it's more than just a job or an occupation. Um, it is a lifelong journey that one pursues. So you have to pursue your passion, you pursue your skills, your talent, and anything that you can contribute to society. You have to pursue it so that you grow in it and then bring it out to come and add value to society so that society can move forward. Otherwise, society will be stagnant, will be living in one way. So I want to give a typical example. Like recently when COVID hit, we had scientists get on board to do so many research. So they brought their knowledge, their skills, all that they know on board so that they can contribute something meaningful to society. So basically, that is my understanding of career in addition to what Dr. Harrison just said. Thank you.
Okay, thank you so much. So, why is it important for us to know or decide which career pathway we will follow, like as early as possible?
Good. Can I take that one, Dr. Harrison? Yeah. So it is good. It is good to know it early because we don't have time to waste on this earth.
You don't have time. So the earlier you get it, the earlier you can contribute to your quota, so the society can go on. Because we don't want to wait you become gray haired and now you want to bring something on board. Even though gray haired people can also contribute, but if you come out early, if you get to know it early, you can do a lot. You can bring a lot on board. You can do a lot of research on it so that society can benefit. But if you don't get it early, and then you be hopping from one place to another, then by the time you get to know where you want to go, sometimes I call it too late, but it's not too late in the sight of God. But my own issue is society need to benefit from. You don't want you to be too late, go in your grave with all the research, all the good stuff that you can contribute. You take it to your grave. Bring it early. That is why it is good. Today's timing is good that we should talk about it today, so that people will know and then jump on whatever career they want to go. Yeah. Thank you.
Okay, thank you so much, Dr. Harrison. Do you have anything to add?
Yes, let me just add something small. Luke chapter 14, verse 28. I like this verse. And these were the words of Jesus Christ. He said, which of you intending to build a tower, sitteth not down first and count the cost, whether to have sufficient to finish it. So Jesus essentially says that which one of us, if you want to build a tower, will not first sit down and count the cost if you have sufficient resources to be able to finish it before you tackle it, lest you start and you are not able to finish and people would start laughing at you. And that is kind of borrowing that scripture and bringing it into the career sphere. We need to plan for everything as human beings. And so part of counting the cost is making such an important decision, which career pathway you're going to follow. Like our senior said, you see, we all have but a short time to live. Latest by 60, 65, you are going on retirement. So we have a limited time to be here. And so, yeah, you can argue, well, even after retirement, you can. But you see, you would not be, the Bible says, make hay while the sun shines, right? And again says that remember your Creator in the days of your youth,
Yes.
when the evil days cometh not. So old age comes with a lot of its own problems. And so, whilst we are young, this is the time that we have all the energy to pursue the things that we can pursue to make an impact, right? At the end of the day, we're going to leave something behind, and that is the kind of person we were, the level of impact we're able to make on society. And so if we're going to do that, we have to start working on that early. And that is what the scripture on counting the cost is. So when you are able to make that decision, let's say you decide to become an engineer, you don't just get up and go and start being, let's say, an electrical engineer. It doesn't work like that. You have to train for it. So until you have made the decision, how would you train, right? If you don't know your destination, every place is your destination, and you don't want to be in that kind of situation. So if you know, okay, this is what I want to do, then you can prepare yourself. You can ask the necessary questions. You can identify people in your field, in that field, who have been able to make it. You can talk to them. How did you do it? What are some challenges? What should I prepare myself for? So that you can align those things to your skills and your interests to know if there is alignment. If it doesn't align, then you can quickly make a U-turn and look for something else. So those are some of the reasons. It kind of helps us to shape our focus. It helps us to plan for the long term, especially. So you can't make long term decisions if you don't have a goal in mind. So you have to have that goal of a career you want to, whatever it is you want to do, and then you can put the necessary plans in place to get you to that destination.
Okay, that was good. Thank you so much. So, as students and youth, what are some of the things that we have to consider, or you think we should consider when it is time for us to choose a career path? Or as you both have careers right now, when you go back in time, what were some of the things that you thought about or you included when it was that time for you to make that decision? Um, Dr. Harrison.
Okay. This is a very like lengthy or like packed question out. um, because I mean, there are a lot of things that can be said about this particular thing. One, um, if you're thinking of a career choice, one of the things you need to first think about is the market, right? What need is in the market that you can fill? You see, a brother said he is a business owner, and if you want to start a business is simply identifying a need that you are offering a
Yeah.
solution to, right? So you are providing value in exchange for people's resources. And so, where can you add value? And I think that is where a lot of young people get it wrong. They start from my passion. See, the market doesn't care about your passion if it is not solving anybody's problems. So, before the passion comes in, you must identify the problems that are existing, forecast, read wide, listen to experts. What are they saying about the market? But unfortunately, the young ones of today would rather sit on TikTok and laugh the whole day than to listen to experts say something that would be beneficial to their lives. If you ask them about what is going on with inflation, what is the Fed saying, what is the CPI, and they don't know anything about it, they could care less. But those are the things that you need to like understand. Okay, this is where the world is going. This is the path. So many years ago, I think at the time I was doing my MBA, and then I was like, I was reading into the world. What is going to happen? What are the new trends? So back then, this was probably 2015 thereabout, and I was like, I think artificial intelligence is going to be the next big thing. When I look at how things are going and the kind of projections that some experts were making. So I made that forecast and decided that, okay, whatever it is that I'm going to do next, I need to make sure that there is an AI dimension to it, because that is where or what is going to become gold in the next couple of years or decade. Lo and behold, when I started my PhD, um, consumer behavior, I opted to study more about AI and its effect on consumption patterns, dealing with chatbots and all of that. And lo and behold, by the time I was about to get to finish, ChatGPT is launched, and the whole world is like, they've now seen something that has never been there. I'm like, come on, this has already been there like so many years, right? But it kind of coincided. You need to know what the market is going to need,
Yes.
because I mean, like I was saying, your passion is useless to me if it doesn't solve the problems that I have.
Yeah.
So when you know the problems that I have, then you can look within you. Now you go to your passion and interest. What are the things that I'm passionate about? What are my interests? Where are my skills, my strengths? and how can these help solve this particular problem that is in the market. So you identify the problem and then you align your passion and your interests to the solutions to that problem. That is how you make yourself relevant. And so by doing that, now you also think about what your values and beliefs are. If you're a Christian, you need to understand you cannot do any and everything, right? Now I hear there is something called OnlyFans, right? That a lot of the young ladies and young men are on there. They said they are making, yes, they said they are making money, doing all sorts of things. It doesn't mean that if you're a Christian, okay, the market is all about sexuality and all of those. So yeah, me too. Let me go there. It may not align with your values and interests. So your values system as a believer must also guide the demand. So there is not any point in time where there is going to be maybe a single demand in the market. There will be several needs in the market that can be met, right? And so you can now look at your own values, your interests, and then you also consider the work-life balance. You see, um, that is another thing that a lot of people don't consider and get themselves into situations where there is no time for them. If they are married, they can't make time for their families, their kids, or anything because it's all about the work and the career. It's great, you see, but at the end of the day, everybody lives in this life for something. And part of why we live is to leave a legacy. And part of that legacy is our family. And so you have to be able to determine how this particular career path is going to impact your life as a family man or a family woman, if that is in the works. And I would suggest that if you are a Christian man or woman, you have that in mind, that you want to have a family. When we look at the population growth rate in America right now, it is the fertility rate is about 1.66. Meanwhile, the replacement level fertility, which is basically essentially the average number of kids the average woman must give birth to successfully replace herself in a population, is 2.1. So on average, every woman must give birth to 2.1 kids, and we have now 1.66. So it means that a lot of people are not giving birth, and we know the narrative that is going on. Oh, why marry? I'm a boss. I'm at this. I'm at that. I'm at that. But when you get to 60 years and seven and on, and you realize that, man, what did I do to myself? Because when you go on retirement, what would the career do for you? But you have a family, you would have children who probably could have also taken up after you, right? God said, I know Abraham, that he will command his household after himself, not after he God, or after himself. It is part of the legacy that we are leaving behind. So you have to consider the work-life balance. How will this impact me? That now you see a lot of depression in the system, mental health issues, they are on the rise. Why? Because we have deviated from the work-life balance. It's no longer there. We are consumed. You see, my brother is an entrepreneur. As for him being a business owner, left to him alone, productivity 24/7, right?
Yes.
So that we can rein in some Benjamin Franklins. That's what, as a businessman, he will be most interested in. And so, as a person, if you don't sit down and evaluate what are the most important things for you, will this help you? Will this kind of trajectory help me get some balance in my life? Will I be able to have a family? What is it like to get vacations and all of that? How is the break like? Do I have to work nights half of the year or all of the year? The effects. You have to understand and evaluate all of these things then the education and training that is also necessary, right? You see somebody is a professor. Oh, yeah, yeah, me too. I want to be a professor. Are you ready to do a PhD? Are you ready to write a dissertation? Or maybe you heard somebody, they're calling him doctor, doctor. Now you are happy. Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah. Do you have the discipline to sit down and write, to do research, write original dissertation over 200 and something pages, right? Do you have that discipline? Is that something you are cut out for? Do you think you can stand in front of students and teach them with all the things? Some of them are pressing their phone, some are smart, others are, not so smart. Like, do you have the patience to be able to do all these things? So you have to consider these things before you can now settle that, well, okay, I think this is going to be a great field for me. That is not going to be a great field. Some people get into careers that they can't even go to church.
Yeah.
As Christians, they can't go to church on Sundays because all their Sundays are blocked out and all of that. And yeah, you need the money to survive, especially in a place like America. Nobody's going to give you everything. So we have to kind of consider a lot. I'll turn it over to my brother at this point.
Sorry, I was about
Yeah.
to agree to this, and then you corrected. I mean, not corrected yourself, but like you made your point whole when you started out as saying that the passion doesn't really matter, but just the problems. Because I was about to say there's a lot of need in nursing right now, so everybody can't just say I'm going into nursing. If you don't have the passion for it, you can't come into nursing. So finding out the problem alone can't use it alone to determine your career, but you made that clear because I was about to
That's
but
good.
yeah, that was good. Thank you. All right. Mr. Mreku, do you want to add anything before we move on?
Um, Basically, what I want to add to Dr. Harrison is that just look at the job stability or that career stability. Is this something that you're gonna last, or something that is coming like 5, 10 years and then that opportunity is gone? Because most Ghanaians or African Americans that we are in the system, the moment you hear somebody is in this profession, and then everybody goes to, when we hear this business is in boom, everybody sway to that business, and then 5, 10 years is gone, and then they come back to square one. So do a research on it, whether that business is it something that have stability, is it going to last long, that you can leave a legacy, as Dr. Harrison explained, that you can leave behind for the next generation to come and take over, something that's not going to die with you. So look into that one, and also look into growth opportunities. Can you grow into it? It's not going to be a 9-day wonder. So look into all those things and then add to what Dr. Harrison said, and you get into a very nice profession that you can enjoy it for the rest of your life. Yeah, thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. I also wanted to mention that I like the fact that Dr. Harrison, you brought up the work life balance
Yes.
because where I work, I see a lot of geriatric patients, right? And many of them they don't give birth, and then they'll get into their old stage. They'll come to the hospital. There's nobody to look after them. Nobody coming to visit. And like you said, a lot of people with depression, anxiety, is because we're not resting and because we're not connected to family like how God created us to be. So there's a lot of these things going on. We're asking why when the solution is right there in front of us, but everybody
Mm,
wants to be their own boss and stuff like that. See, there's this one patient who had cancer and she was dying and she had nobody at all. And I had floated to that floor, so they had given her to me. And then literally the whole night, I had like five other patients, but then she was calling me every second because every time I'll go in there, like, it's the way like I treated her, and she had nobody. all she could remember was my name, and she's just calling my name. I'm like, but if you had kids, if at her age she was like almost 90, so she would probably have grandkids too that will be around her at that time, comforting her, telling her it's okay, like reading the Bible to her, singing her songs. So it's very important that, as we know, we're trying so hard to be career men and women, we also think about family, because one day we're all gonna grow old. It's gonna come, and then we're gonna need people to help us, take care of us and be around us. So that's one thing to also, consider. And that was a good point you brought up, Doctor. So our last question before we go, at what age do you think it's appropriate for parents to start talking about careers and, building their careers with their children? Mr. Mbreku.
Okay, thank you. So start as early as possible. The moment I think like it's your kid or it's your sibling or whoever, you are an adult, you have seen a lot in life. You don't put pressure on the kids that because I'm a nurse, so all my kids should be nurses, or because I'm a doctor, a medical doctor, or whatever profession, all my kids should go into this. No, you don't put pressure on them, but explain to them where the world is going. Let them know, and you check to know their strength, get to know what they are good or good that they can do. Some people are good in mathematics; they can work very good. Some people are good in communication, that they can do broadcasting and stuff like that. So as a parent, getting to know this early, and then we have other how do you call it, the assessment tools that you can also do assessment on it, that can indicate that okay, you can go into this profession. Like it can give you 70 to 80% correctness, that you can know that, oh, if I do this assessment and it shows that where if you pursue this career, it can lead you well. So as a parent, you can do all those things. So like let's just by 8, 10 years, you can start that having that conversation to talk about those kind of things, and then take them to libraries and take them to meet other people. If your job offers opportunity for kids to go there once in a while, you can take them there or connect them to people in the church who are in other professions that you think their strength sway to that area. Begin to talk to them so that you begin to build their interest. Then they will not be there till they're getting ready to go to college or high school or whatever it is, and then they say they don't know what they're going to do. Because sometimes it beats me. I don't get it. You can talk to Jeff. How many times? Yeah, those big boys in the church. I'm just mentioning Jeff as an example. How many times have been beating them at the back there? 'Cause I teach the youth Sunday school class. How many times have beat them at the back there? What are you doing? What is this one doing? And they'll be like, they'll be scratching their head. I don't know. I don't know. I said, listen, I know it's not in the dictionary. Tell me something. Okay. So let's have the conversation early. Don't wait, because we don't have time to wait. I will leave here and
Amen.
then let Dr. Harrison say something.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
And yes, I agree. It has to be as early as possible. Um, the Bible says, train up a child the way he should go, and when he grows, he will not depart from it. So part of that training is also the career and the profession. A lot of times, what I have noticed is if you were a very good parent, you would tend to be the hero and the mentor of your kids. A lot of children would aspire to be like their parents, from what I have
Mhm.
seen, especially if you were a very good parent. So that gives you some leverage to be able to have those conversations with the children. And mind you, you are older. So you may have seen them do stuff. You may have noticed each one's strengths and their weaknesses. and stuff like that, you may be more informed also about what is going on in the workplace. So you start having those conversations very early with the children. Right when they are developing, because I think even in first grade or up to about third grade, they start asking the children what they want to do, and they do these career days in school and stuff like that. And see, some of the kids will have to go and dress up like whatever it is they want to do. So if the schools are doing it this early, we must understand that charity begins at home. So we must also start having these conversations early. The problem is a lot of parents are not knowledgeable enough when it comes to career choices and paths. They are not even psychologically inclined to be able to identify their own kids, the strengths and the kind of careers that they may excel at. But if that is the problem, then you might as well find a professional or maybe a friend who is more knowledgeable that can like have those conversations even with you and also with your child whilst you are there, right? So that what I've noticed, especially in America, when you find, I was talking to a friend last week, and he just came to New York, and it's like, everybody's telling me, oh, go into what do you call it, nursing,
Yes.
and at least go and do CNA or something. This is a guy who has an MBA in human resource management.
You
The
see,
guy
you
has been
see.
in management for how many years after his MBA? He comes to the United States, and because all you know is, oh, yeah, you can go and write CNA and whatever. I'm like, that's nonsense. And the problem is because that is what the people talking to him know. So that is the path they went through. It's like once you get here now, you have to go into this kind of field. But there are so many other opportunities available that we need to educate ourselves first as parents so that we will know what is going on. They were talking about, oh, the salary, at least eventually you come some nurse and they make some 70,000. I'm like, come on. So I mean, are there not other careers in this United States that pay more than that?
More
Are
than
there not
that.
people make six figures and stuff like that? So why is the advice that skewed? We have to be careful as parents when it comes to having these conversations so that we are not playing to our strengths and trying to make it look like that is all there is out there. We have to, first of all, as parents, be open minded, do the research, know what is going on in the market, right? And then when we know that, we can also educate our children right when they are kids. When the child starts saying, oh, I want to be an engineer, and then you realize that they are not good in mathematics, right? You start helping them take some extra classes in mathematics, or maybe redirecting their focus to maybe something else they might be very good at, and bringing everything on the table. One of the things I learned from one wealthy person was that when his kids were in middle and high school, whenever they were on break, he would let them go and like understudy someone who is in a particular job field. So they have understudied people in fashion, people in health, people in engineering, people in like academia, every aspect of life. So the children are exposed to so many things that they can tap into. So now you can now help them align their strengths to whichever ones they found very interesting, right? And you do that research. So there is a lot of work to be done. That's why the work-life balance needs to be very important. So you don't also just give birth to children because you want to give birth when you're on your dying bed. They will sit beside you and read the Bible to you, but also you can make time for them and help them achieve what they need to achieve. And you'll be surprised that even me, there are like my boss, my boss, like big guy. Even he sometimes would call me about his son. Um, he has identified the guy's strengths and he thinks it is in my field, and he would ask questions. Okay, so what do I think? And he would say, okay, what are some things you can recommend? Are there books he can read at this time? The guy is in high school and the father is talking to me, even though he's my boss, and he's also Ghanaian. But some of our old people, because of pride, they won't even go and ask. We will only stick to the things that we know and lead the children in the wrong direction. So let's educate ourselves and help our children. Thank you.
Thank you so much. That was really good. It's sad to cut this short, but thank you both so much for joining us today. And this was really good. I hope it was longer. But next week, God willing, we will continue. So stay tuned and make sure you join and set your time clocks because we will be here, God willing, next week. Thank you, Dr. Harrison and Mr. MBREKU, for joining us this afternoon. God bless you all. And I'll see you same time next week. Bye, guys.
Thank you. Thank you. Nice meeting you.
Nice meeting you too.
Welcome to the Kingdom Growth Conference, presented by UF Kofi Financial Group in collaboration with the Global Youth Empowerment Center. Get ready for an empowering experience like no other, coming to New York City. Join us for insightful discussions on kingdom generational wealth creation, personal and career development, and ministerial advancement. Mark your calendars for Saturday, August 24th from 11 a.m. to 3 p.m. as we gather at the prestigious Eastwood Manor, located at 3371 Eastchester Road, Bronx, New York 10469. Registration fees are $120 for early birds ending June 20th. The regular registration fees are $170. Late registration fees are $190. There will be a session of networking during a buffet lunch after the workshop. Don't miss out on this opportunity to enrich your mind, network with like-minded individuals, and take your journey to the next level. Reserve your spots today by emailing admin@globalyec.org. Unlock your potential. Acquire kingdom wealth creation strategies for your next level growth. See you there.
No more sorrow. I said, no more weeping every day. Jojo, 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 Jojo.